Let's begin with Acts chapter 8, verse 9. A man named Simon had previously practiced sorcery in that city and astounded the Samaritan people while claiming to be somebody great. They all paid attention to him, from the least of them to the greatest, and they said, "This man is called the great power of Elohim." They were attentive to him because he had astounded them with his sorceries for a long time. And so here we have Philip. He's preaching in Samaria, a region with historic tensions between Jews and Samaritans, and many believe and they're baptized with water. Also, notice the information that we are given about this man called Simon. He had practiced sorcery in the city, using it to deceive the people of Samaria. And so he had gained the reputation of being the, quote, great power of Elohim. And according to verse 11, he had deceived them for a long time. And so I think that we could rightly conclude that this afforded him great power with the people, as the text says, as well as prestige and the ability to have financial gain through his deceptive ways. And so this gives us an understanding of who this man Simon was, his history, and his relationship with the people of Samaria. And so it also, I believe, speaks to his character, and it gives the context of what is happening. And so continuing with verse 12 of Acts chapter 8, "But when they believed Philip as he preached the good news about the kingdom of Elohim and the name of Yeshua Messiah, both men and women were baptized." And so notice the response of the people to the preaching of Philip. They believed and they were baptized or immersed in water as a response to the gospel. And so by default, we could rightfully conclude that this means they're no longer following Simon, meaning he has now lost his prestige, his power, and likely his ability to fleece the people, if you will. But maybe that's not much of a problem, since verse 13 says this, Acts 8:13, where the text says, "Even Simon himself believed. After he was baptized, he went around constantly with Philip and was astounded as he observed the signs and great miracles that took place." And so here we see that even Simon the sorcerer believed and was baptized. And so he begins as a result following Philip, and notice what he witnesses, the signs and the miracles that are a result of Philip presenting the gospel and the people believing, and the result is that signs and miracles are happening or following the acceptance and the preaching of the good news. And so great news, right? I mean, so far so good, as we sometimes say. People are believing in the gospel, signs and miracles are happening, and even the city sorcerer has believed and been baptized. However, there is still no mention of tongues being present. And so this sets the stage for the apostles' involvement, showing that water baptism came first, but the Holy Spirit's coming was separate, showing that it has nothing to do with salvation, as some would assert. And so if we continue to follow this narrative, we gain an even greater perspective of the events. So let's continue with the apostles' arrival in the city of Samaria and the laying on of hands. Look at Acts chapter 8, verse 14. The text says, "When the apostles who were at Jerusalem heard that Samaria had welcomed Elohim's message, they sent Peter and John to them. After they went down there, they prayed for them so the Samaritans might receive the Holy Spirit.